Lucy's having some of her organic wheatgrass this afternoon. It's her favorite green right at this moment. She usually eats it 3 or 4 times a day, depending on what her sleep cycle is, but it's been pretty cool here in South Florida the last couple of days, so she's been really hungry, so she's been eating more, which is good. And what I really like about the wheatgrass is that it is organic and it's also hydroponically grown, so I don't have to worry too much about where it's grown or the possibility of like what's possibly in the grass or in the soil. And she also has some cucumber right now, which she goes on and off about. She's a little bit, some days she likes her cucumbers and some days she doesn't, but she gets to be fussy like that. She's just, we try and mix it up a bit. So usually like for breakfast she'll have a couple of small carrots and her wheatgrass, and then she'll have, she likes treat hay. She gets to have a little bit of treat hay in the morning and a little bit of treat hay in the evening. And her treat hay is alfalfa hay because it has quite a high sugar content, and it's hard on their kidneys once they get older. So I try to keep that at a minimum, but she always has plenty of her other hay in her litter box. I'm sorry, her Timothy hay she has all the time, and she also has meadow hay, organic meadow hay, and right now she has a trio, this hay trio, and I will show you the bag at some point, which she's kind of so about. I think it has some lavender in it and stuff. I'm not sure if it's organic, but it is, but it's the first time she's tried it, and she's so about it. But, and if you can see, like, in the background here, that's where we have her, because she's free roaming, so we have cardboard basically back here, and then it's kind of messy, but I'll show you, that's where one of her houses is, and I'll do a video of like her whole setup. Maybe the next video that I do, I'll do a video of her whole setup, so you guys can see. But yeah, so she's free roaming, and what I've found is that it's been pretty easy to have her grow up and be free roaming, because we've been using these cardboard things basically. It's like we've just created cardboard walls around pieces of furniture and things that we didn't want her to get into. And she actually is not a big chewer. She likes to chew her toys and stuff. We've got lots of chewing options, but she doesn't chew the cardboard, and that's like if you can see, like there's some tape there. We use painter's tape a lot to create her little hidey houses and things, because you can easily remove it and put it back and stuff, and we really only use that because she is not a chewer. So if she was a chewer, then we probably wouldn't be able to use that, because I would not want her to be eating any of the tape. But she doesn't chew things like this little plastic mat that I use to put down her veggies on. We used to use plates, but she actually likes it to be on a flat surface. So, and if you can tell, like her area is not that clean. It's actually time for us to clean it up. I'm going to redo her blanket and her living room space. Oh, she's stretching. I'm going to redo her living room blanket space. Oh, she's going to go over and that's her litter box with her Timothy hay in it, and I always put a little bit on the outside so that she can eat some just regular hay, and it needs to get changed. So that's going to happen this afternoon. I'm going to change up her whole area, and this is, if you can see this right here, this is her Christmas box, and I'll show that to you guys. But she's really good about using her litter. She's totally litter trained, and yeah, I'll do a video about how I litter trained her. It was really, really not complicated, and she's just an angel about it. She really only goes to the bathroom in her litter box. We have her free roaming in all of the house except for our bedroom. We have 2 bedrooms, and the bathroom. Actually, we do not let her in the bathroom because I don't want her to get behind the dryer and chew up the dryer vent. So I just worry about her back there. Also because the dryer is gas. It's not an electric dryer. It's run by gas. So I do not let her back there because I do not want her to somehow possibly get into that area where there's gas appliances. So, but she is such a good girl, and she likes to, she sits in her litter sometimes and just like thinks about the world, and yeah, she's gonna groom herself a little. But yeah, and then this is like the blanket. I got this just at Joann's that we put down on top of the carpet in the living room. And we kind of have an area carpet underneath and then tile. And I change it up usually every like 3 or 4 days. I'll wash this fleecy rug and then put it down. Ooh, there's like a little poo. But that's probably like, that's pretty much all. And then maybe there's like one little one over there. That happens when she jumps out of the litter and stuff. But she's really good. She really, she doesn't really poop. Sometimes when she's running, the poop will come out or whatever, but she's really good. She usually just only in her litter, and she never does anything else outside of her litter box except for like the occasional little poo. So yeah, and we're getting ready to set up like her whole Christmas area. I've got a couple of her Christmas boxes out now, her little Heidi House boxes, which are actually cat boxes, which I found, 2 of them I found at Target, and they're super cute, and I will show them to you, possibly in the next video when I put down all her when I clean up her area. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow and give you guys a video tomorrow, because her Christmas area is super cute. She doesn't like it if I move stuff around too much. She's very, very she's only 6 months old, but she's very set in her ways, and she really likes it to have it be, she likes to have her area be pretty stable and constant. So she doesn't really like to have a lot of changes, but I've been kind of changing up part of her living room area just to get her used to the idea of a couple new things for Christmas. So, and we're not going to put up a Christmas tree. I think we've decided that we're going to do, or I'm going to do a tabletop tree this year, just because I don't want to have to deal with putting more cardboard around to block it off and stuff. And I think I'd just rather, I got a wreath as well, a real wreath, a pine wreath, and it says, I read that that they can have, that pine needles aren't poisonous the way things like avocado are for rabbits, but that they can get stuck, in their digestive tract, so it's better not to be giving it to them. So I'm definitely thinking, so we got a small tabletop fake tree, and that's what's going to happen for Christmas this year, and I haven't actually put it up yet. I'm a little behind with that, but yeah. So, and she seems really calm right now. She usually, when she's in her litter, I let her be by herself. She doesn't really, she's probably like, what are you doing? You're, with your camera by my litter. But usually she's very, very calm all the time. So she gets excited when her daddy comes home from work. She gets excited. So she likes it when he comes home from work. Oh, she's giving me her bottom. She's probably like, get out of here. But yeah, she gets excited then. But then the rest of the time, she's pretty chill. She does a lot. She's been doing a lot of circling, which I think is basically because she is 6 months, so she's probably getting close to, thinking about like mating stuff, and so we haven't, because she's just the only rabbit we have not yet thought about her spaying, so it's not that big a deal yet, but yeah, she's such a sweetheart. She's had really good health. She had when we got her home, because we got her at a rescue. She was actually part of 40 rabbits that were part of a hoarder house, someone who hoarded rabbits, and just in our area there's a place that rescues it's not specifically for bunnies, they also have like reptiles and stuff, but they rescue small animals, and yeah, so we got her, and she was super duper tiny. I'll share some videos of her when she was little, but yeah, we got her, and so she yeah, so she's been with us for a really long time, but she's gotten but she's like really only had one thing that she had, which was the snuffles, and I guess it's something that I read a lot about it, about rabbit breeders, and how it's really hard because they basically get it from each other, but and it never kind of goes away. I guess it's just kind of a respiratory thing that they have all the time. Hi, Lucy. That they don't actually ever get rid of. Oh, she's gonna go into one of her Christmas houses. That they don't actually get rid of, but it is treatable. So she got, we had a vet come over, made a house call, and gave her some antibiotics, some bunny antibiotics, which I guess are different than other animals' antibiotics, but anyways, gave her some antibiotics, and I ended up putting them just on a little bit of banana, and that worked out really, really well. So they had a dropper that the vet said that, the vet actually gave the first dosage and put it in her mouth, and she was like not happy about that, about having that syringe put in her mouth. So we did, so I just put it, she loves bananas, as most bunnies do, and so I just put it in, I'm just going to have some of her hay now. She loves her alfalfa hay. I just put it in some banana, and she ate it all up right away. She was just like, oh, she didn't even notice. She was so excited about the banana that she didn't even notice that I had put the medicine on top of it. And then I gave her some probiotics as well, a different time of the day, just to make sure that she was keeping her digestion all healthy and everything. So, yeah. You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. She loves this alfalfa hay. And this is her treat hay. And I give her a pretty good handful in the morning. But you do, I guess, have to worry about, I guess it's hard on their kidneys when they get older. They can have quite a bit of protein when they're younger, but I guess it is a little bit hard on their kidneys when they get older. They're not supposed to have such high protein hay. So it really is just a treat hay. It's not the hay that she is, that's the majority of the hay she eats. So she really likes oat hay a lot, and so that's one of her basic hays besides her Timothy hay. She likes her Timothy hay in her litter. She's really used to that, but she is actually super happy having oat hay. She has a little basket that I put oat hay in, and she grabs it out of the basket, which I'll show to you. And yeah, but this alfalfa hay is a treat hay, and she just really, it's like she loves it. She's so happy about it all the time. So she kind of, sometimes she gets a little bit like she'll try just not to, she'll be like, I'm not going to eat. She just kind of stands in front of it, where I put a pile on. She's like, she'll stand in front of it if it's empty, her, like the little area right here. And she'll be like, well, I need you to refresh this. And she won't want to eat the other hay. But I've checked because I guess in the litter box you can check and see they have her litter. I put a layer of paper of the crushed recycled paper bedding underneath the Timothy hay, but sometimes I used to, when I was training her, I put down newspaper underneath the Timothy hay, and you could really see the color of her urine, and also the consistency, if it was like. And there was a time when she was having more when she was little, and I let her have more of the alfalfa hay, and she did get like kind of a cloudy urine, and you could really see it in the newspaper. And that's called sludge, I guess. And they can get that if they have too much protein in their diet. So I'm really careful about that. I usually put newspaper in her litter at least like probably once every week, maybe once every week and a half. I'll put a newspaper down instead of putting the soft paper bedding underneath the Timothy hay in her litter box, just so I can check and make sure that everything's going well with her digestion and her urine and everything. So, because it's hard to see. I don't know about you guys, but it's hard to see sometimes how much drinking she does. I replace her water pretty often, so I'm always trying to catch her drinking. I don't have her food and water bowl, her pellet bowl and her water bowl are in the kitchen. But I don't always see her drinking. So I see it when it goes down, but it's not like I can't, because I replace it pretty often, I can't tell exactly how much she's drinking all the time. So putting that newspaper down in her litter also shows me kind of more how much she actually is going to the bathroom, because the paper litter, you can't really tell it soaks it up pretty well. But yeah, so that's enough about her litter. I'll just let you watch her for a little bit because she's such a cutie when she eats. She's really hungry today. It's been unseasonably cold where we are in South Florida, and so and it's been cooler inside too. The floors we have are mostly tile, so I put down a couple of extra fleece blankets on the floor so she can hop around and avoid the cold tile. But she kind of likes it. She kind of likes the cold. So she's been a little bit more active too. She's been a little bit more like running and jumping around the last couple of days. But she's also been eating a lot more. So which is fine. She has unlimited hay, unlimited her pellets. I'll show you the pellets that we use. Excuse me. Sorry, Lucy. She gets startled if I sneeze too. The pellets that I use, they're organic, and I leave down pellets for her all the time. As well, she's not, she doesn't eat a ton of pellets, so I actually have to throw quite a bit away because I want to clean her dish relatively regularly, but she likes to have her dish pretty full. So, yeah, but she's not, I've seen a lot of rabbits, on other videos and stuff, that's where, like, where people are having to, kind of minimize the amount of pellets that they give their bunny. But I don't know if it's that the pellets are organic and they don't have any of this alfalfa hay in them. They're for adults, so they're not like, I don't think they're like the sweet bunny kind, or baby bunny kind. So she's kind of, so she doesn't really, they smell really good, but I think they're more like healthy than they are like yummy. So she really, if she has a choice, she'll go for carrots or for her alfalfa hay over her pellets. But she does eat pellets. She does have a few every day, but not, she doesn't eat like nowhere near a quarter of a cup or nowhere near, she maybe, I'd say, has an ounce, if that, of pellets every day. She's really not huge into her pellets. She eats quite a bit of grass. She has her wheatgrass is like a real staple of her fresh vegetables. Oh, she did a flop for you. So yeah, so she flops all the time. This is her regular go-to way that she likes to sleep. She's such a good girl. You're such a good girl, aren't you? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to wake you. I didn't mean to wake you. You're such a good girl. Such a good girl. Yeah, such a good girl. Such a good girl. Such a good girl. Such a good girl. She's going to have her afternoon nap. It's about 3:30, I think. We had kind of a lazy day today. So she sleeps a lot during the day, and then she gets a little bit more excited when my fiance gets home at about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Then she gets up and she wants to run around and play with him. So, but usually during the day she's pretty sleepy. She is now. Yes, you sleepy? I'm gonna let her be. We're gonna say goodbye so she can have her nap. Yeah, such a good girl. Yes. Yeah, say bye to everybody. Night night. Alright, bye guys. We'll see you next time.